Hey everyone, welcome back to Brent's Hang. I'm Brent Barnett with Gibraltar Hardware, and today we're actually out of the shop. We're on location at Center Staging, and we've got a really special day planned. I'm working with Rashid Williams, drummer for John Legend, and his drum tech, Fonz Hedgeman, and we got something awesome that you guys have to check out. As far as John's idea when it comes to like stage presentation, what does he look for? Does he like less is more, or big, or?
He's kind of like, if you need it, cool. As long as the front of the drums isn't cluttered, he's happy. Right. Which is why even now, like in my setup, I don't know if you noticed, like I have crashes on my left, ride crashes and everything on my right.
You want to put nothing in the center.
The center is nothing in front of me. I'm looking clear through to the crowd, or straight right there to John. Design-wise, we can get that bar low, close to the bass drum, have all the tom arms coming out from there and everything. Will be cool. Everything else on the left side, though, I would like to do something cool, like a two-tier, because we have electronics coming from over there. We got chimes coming out from over there, along with a second snare.
What kind of floor space do you guys have to work with?
What is it, 12 by 12?
Yeah.
Oh, so we got, is this for the whole tour, for everything you guys are going to be doing, 12 by 12?
Be the same.
Yeah, all the rides.
Okay. Well, let's get started.
Cool. Yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the front part of the rack. You know, just getting the first basic part of it established. Then we're gonna build off of it. Just gonna go with straight legs and a curved bar right across the front, and then we're gonna build from there.
Don't look at the drums.
Yeah, the drums is not a factor.
Just props.
This one right here, we'll cut it down. So it's basically hovering right over the top of the bass drum.
That'd be great.
So then we could have, since we're gonna have two tiers on this side, we can actually make it to where there's a second leg just a little higher, right? So you actually see it on this side, and it'll have like a huge difference in tier size.
That'd be great.
The thing is when you have a straight bar on the side, it shoves everything right up against you, and so what you have to end up doing is swinging this out a lot further, so you have room to put it there. With a curve, you've kind of got that distance already, and the floor space stays minimal.
Gotcha. Yep.
My biggest visioning point was cleanliness, because I'm a super, like, I don't like a lot of clutter. And, you know, I actually did my homework really, really big, man. I went online and I started looking at some of the other rack designs. Because, you know, most people think, every time they think rack, they think all this crazy metal coming from everywhere. And I'm not a really flashy guy. I like things to be very discreet. So I envisioned having a rack that literally was almost like putting me in my own little space. And it maintained the integrity of the drums, the cymbals, everything else around it, and still being an incorporated piece. You know, I didn't want to get a rack that was going to take over the drums. This is P9 1927 DE.
That was actually close, but not really.
No way.
How far back do you have the toms placed over this?
Actually,
Does it come over the hoop?
no.
Okay.
Because he's tall. He's long. His sticks are long. He uses E-sticks, and he's tall. So
So it usually
let me
comes
go
back
right here. Like right here, actually behind. Yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
Right there? Woo! That's literally
An inch from the bass drum.
none.
I'm about to say, oh yeah, you can
So
come
we
up.
can
I
come
didn't
up.
even see that. I'm sorry. I was
Well,
totally,
you know, if anything, that can be cut.
you can actually
the whole bar?
Yeah, the whole bar, just to be, because I was looking from the whole other angle, like right there.
And then the good thing is John still can see you. That's
Yeah,
the most
he can
important.
still
It's like
see.
the rack is not in his face, sitting high,
Right.
sitting low, and he can see you, and it's not, you know, it won't bother him.
Could add another leg right here, another clamp. Have two legs, and then just.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be perfect.
Or what we could do is we could just, we could take it off of this. Let's see how we would do the.
If we were to do the separate feet, right? Would these bars still meet at some point, or would it just?
Oh yeah,
literally-
everything would connect
Okay.
directly to this front. You know what?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
You got a new idea?
Check this out. It's gonna look like one
One long
bar.
right there.
So it's gonna go like this.
See, cool.
All
I
the
thought
way
about
around.
that. I thought that. As soon as I looked at it, I was like,
What is that you have in your hand?
It's an ultra adjust clamp. So there's no gears on it, so you can pretty much get any angle you want.
I started looking at the stealth system for snares. I started looking at the 2-tier systems that Brent had been building for guys. And you know, with this one, it was so unique because on my left side, because I had a little bit more things going on, the 2-tier system worked out perfectly, and I already knew that. Like when I first, I was thinking about, I was like, gotta get 2 tiers on the left side. Then the right side was like the we don't know side today. It was like, let's see what happens. This being this distance, the djembe wouldn't even make it on.
It lives right here behind.
Yeah, it lives like almost on to
Yeah.
my back leg.
Okay, that's easy. We don't need it that. Don't need it extended that much.
Yeah, do that.
We'll cut this in half, and you can do the same thing for the other side. That'll give it
far out. Yeah.
That'll give it probably about right about there.
Hi-hat right here. Splash is gonna come over somewhere. Then you have the snare right here, snare 2 right here.
And
right here, actually snare 2 was always right here.
Snare 2 will be tucked in.
Right next to the hi-hat.
Yeah, that's cool, because that djembe is the main thing.
Right.
Djembe and chimes would be.
The chimes, we can actually put the chimes right here.
Yeah, I've been there.
That's in your
Djembe
reach.
it would be, yeah.
That's perfect. Because
I do a lot of this too.
He does a lot of that. So I want him to be comfortable. So when I set him up,
yeah.
everything basically is all even.
And everything is the same height. My floor toms are the same
Yeah,
height as
everything
my
is
main snare, which is the
straight
same
across,
height as
yeah.
my secondary snare.
The 46-inch curve that we had for this side wasn't long enough for what Rashid needs on his left-hand side. So I just took a 24-inch curve bar and cut it in half. So it gives us a little bit of an extender piece, so he can get his djembe on his left-hand side exactly right where he needs it. So now I've got to use 2 of these clamps in order to get it to where it all looks like it's in a perfect circle. Does that work?
And you know what? I almost feel like the lower tier doesn't even have to go in here.
No.
We
No, we'll just
can
leave
make
that.
the lower tier only over here, right?
Yeah. I'm going to have the second tier on its own legs. So it's not going to share these legs at all. It's going to be only for the inside right there. So I'm going to have a couple 20-inch bars, one on each leg, and it's going to go like this.
They don't play.
Because if it wasn't for triggers and anything, like this album, we have stuff you see on it, you're not even hitting.
I will give it to Rex when he had that
The snare, okay, yeah.
snare, possibly another.
And the hi-hat stand. The hi-hat's gonna come off. So we're gonna bring the hi-hat off the second tier. Do you want it closer?
The djembe is gonna come off the bottom tier, but the djembe will come off the edge somewhere.
What we could do is we could actually have the djembe coming out of this pole, right out of there.
That's perfect, yeah.
Would that be too close though, you think? Because the djembe thing's coming out of the pole, you still gotta add.
Oh yeah, the djembe.
I'm playing this way. I need to be able to get right there.
You need to be like that.
Yep.
Like that. Okay. Well, that's great then, because then all we got to do is just swing this end in a little bit.
Alright.
Yeah, because you know me like the djembe closer to you anyway. So you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
that's
so much
usually
motion.
one of my
Yeah.
critiques. Like, you can move the djembe a little closer.
Yeah.
The attachment that I'm going to use right here for the djembe sticks up probably an additional inch off the top of the bar.
Right,
Okay.
So we'll have to cut probably, I would say, about 2 inches maybe.
Cool.
Right.
And so we'll get it a little bit lower. Plus, your snare drum is going to be mounted off this one too. So
Right.
unless you play your snare
Which I don't.
this high,
right.
so we'll probably need to lower it. I would say
Yeah, this is
probably about down to here. Look at the freaking floor.
There's nothing on there.
It's nothing there. That's awesome.
So that's a good height for you for the snare?
It's going to be where we're going to put his djembe stand. We just cut a 20-inch tube off, cut it flush, so we can add this sweet little RMAA on the top of it, and can mount the djembe stand right inside.
No, that's perfect actually. Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. Just have this side be a little shorter, and then we'll put like a connector bar underneath right there, have
Right.
another pole right there, and that
So
can
that
hold
the
your-
gong can literally just sit right in there. We can angle it however we
Yeah.
want. Boom, boom,
That's-
bam.
Yeah, that's great.
And we don't necessarily have to do the double tier.
Right.
on the right side.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way the floor time, the 16-inch floor time will just sit regular position.
Right.
Gong will have that nice little cutout world. It'll look discreet. It'll look cool, I
Right.
think. This is where he sees the drums from. So if he's looking at the drums, if we can keep this side as less busy as possible,
Yeah, he won't go to shot.
he won't even know. But still, the people out front can still get that nice, cool kind of circle effect.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's nice. That's tight. Which it really looks great from back here, by the way.
First one would be to continue everything on the same line right here by connecting it to this, but we have to use this leg.
Oh no.
Because
So
the
what
height-
was the other one with that?
The other one would be
You said like going
Would
branching
be-
off with a shorter tier.
would be like, yeah, starting a second tier, starting it instead of keeping it on the same like parallel or line right here,
Dropping it.
dropping
so
the
take
dropping
this
the bar
out,
off to
jump
here,
and come around.
bringing it around, but using a shorter, so it would come around like really low like this.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So you want to do that?
Yep.
You take it?
The only reason I'm digging it is because there's gonna be a floor time that's gonna be above this bar, the 16-inch floor time,
Mm-hmm.
and then ride cymbal will be in this area. Yeah, I'm with that.
So let's just say we did this. How would that feel?
That would feel fine.
This height?
Yeah, even the height is cool because it's tilted in a little bit.
Are you planning to tilt it?
Just like as much as you have it tilted right now.
It's two?
Oh no! Once we get to gong drum, there's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gong drum is last thing on the
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
on this side.
Or you could put like a little 10-inch popcorn snare on this side. See it? Another thing is like the shorter the bar gets, like you're not going to notice that drastic of a curve.
That's perfect for that's perfect for you. Yep. Because this seat will be
And
much higher. than
and
this.
if you need the drum closer, you can always just swing this whole side in.
Right. Exactly.
So
With this one, because a lot of that stuff is super heavy. Let's see.
That was a good height for you. Wow. We fly out, man. Wow. You, so we can see the height and comfortable.
I did it like that, but I know this will in turn get in the way a little bit.
no, it won't. What we can
Oh, it
do is
won't?
we can loosen everything and slide this foot all the way back.
That was so cool. You just threw that together like it was nothing.
We got what,
Yeah, we got
7
plenty.
foot
We got plenty.
and
We got plenty. Of
so yeah,
space.
7 foot and 7 foot
We got plenty of space.
and 11.
Nah, I love the process because we were able to take what I knew to what Brent said was just smart, and then what Fonz said would work for him, and we all kind of mentally put it together, and we came up with what I think is an amazing design. It's gonna add a certain effect to the overall play aspect for me, because when I'm sitting back there, everything's gonna be such in the right place. You know, it really adds a really cool concept. So I mean, I don't have anything against separate stands and all that good stuff. I think it's a great way to go for some drummers, but you get to the point where a rack system is best. And I just built the perfect one for me, so.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Thanks for watching. I've actually got to go get this packed up now because they need it because they're going out on the road, and I got to make sure it's available for their summer tour. But make sure you subscribe, and please.
My bad.
This guy can't stop. It's done, dude. It's done. But please don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think of the rack. See you next week. I'm out of here.